You know, a lot of times people ask me on social or in person, they want to match me and you.
Right.
And for me, that's like, I can't do that.
Yeah,
In my mind, I can't do that.
Like how people ask me always, how would you for LE? I can't do that.
I can't even think like
That's
that.
where I learned my stuff from. How am I gonna do that? You know what I mean? So
It's like blasphemous to me. But I put the question like this: If we fought, knowing what you know about me,
right.
how you think you would have fought me?
Only thing I would have said, knowing your strength is distance. So I gotta stay way away from you, or I gotta come up on you.
So if I'm here,
Yeah.
so if I'm doing my thing,
Yeah, I ain't paying. Gonna let you sit. I ain't gonna let you sit. I can't let you sit because you're going.
What you mean? You gonna keep my feet moving?
Yeah, say you do your thing. Say you say you do your thing.
Yeah.
I can let you sit and do your thing.
Yeah.
I gotta keep walking. I gotta keep playing with you. And as I play, I gotta play those games.
Yeah.
You feel me? To keep your mind off of what you're doing.
Yeah.
So if I can get you thinking about what I'm doing, if I get both of us thinking about what I'm doing, who got time to think about what you're doing?
Yeah.
But I gotta take your mind off of what you do, because if I don't, I'm gonna have a hard time. Because you're very patient and you're very smart. And that's one thing I always give you credit for. You one of the most patient, most smartest fighters I ever seen. You weren't the most athletic guy, but you learn how to keep that distance. You know how to keep guys in a distance where they don't feel comfortable, but you do.
Yeah.
You know, and that was a beautiful thing.
Man, I think for me, I would have had to be patient with you.
Right?
And I'd have had to keep my composure when you start leaping in, throwing that heavy stuff, trying to get them clips off. I had to keep my composure, because that stuff, if you're not careful, that stuff could spook you as a fighter. Because it's like, man, that's faster than I thought it was.
Yeah.
He hitting harder than I thought he was.
That's what got most people. Most people thought because I was fast and it wasn't powerful. But the way I was taught to be powerful at all times, which is what I try to teach my guys. So like, even when you was in here with Newman, one time you threw a boom, 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 boom. I said, you guys, notice how that's boom on the end, boom on the end, boom on the end, boom on the end. This counts. So people think, it does. People get speed mixed up with real punches. You understand me? If you got speed but it ain't real, that's no good. That's not taking nobody out. But them four right there, them real. If you get hit in one of those, you're gonna have a problem.
And I think too, it'd have been, I'd have had to figure out, I'm used to being a guy with the hands out.
Right.
So it'd have been a battle of the hands and a battle of the feet with me and you.
Right.
Because you kept your stuff out here like this.
Of course.
And you got to deal with that, because you could throw something, you could turn something off of that stuff quick.
My right hand was so fast.
Man.
Matter of fact, when I fought Eric Lucas, I learned years later, he said, the coach told me, he said, I told him, keep the jab off of his face. He said, Lucas told him, but he got two of them.
For real.
Because I was popping my hand like a jab and popping the jab like a jab. So
it's hard. When I think about that fight, it's like, a lot of times I can pretty much come up with a game plan like this. Like, I did this, did that. I think patience would have been real important for me. I'd had to really, when you're doing all that stuff, I had to really take my time.
Right.
But yet, I can't make no mistakes.
None.
Because if I reach,
of course,
turning something off.
Of course.
And I'd have had to really been okay with it being 4-2, 3-3, going into the 7th round down the stretch like that.
Right.
And I got to try to close the distance and get mine mid-range and inside.